From theater to television and film, actor Courtney B. Vance is the epitome of Black excellence. With a degree in history from Harvard and a master's degree from Yale, the Detroit-born actor has cultivated a career playing iconic characters with dignity, excellence, and intellect. An award-winning actor, Courtney B. Vance earned Emmys, NAACP, and Critics' Choice Awards for his portrayal of Johnny Cochran in The People vs. O.J. Simpson. In addition, he's won a Tony Award for his role in Lucky Guy, and most recently a Primetime Emmy for his role in Lovecraft Country. In 2021, he was nominated for the Hollywood Critics Association TV Award for his portrayal of Aretha Franklin's father, Reverend C.L. Franklin, in Genius. Courtney Vance returns to television in the new original drama series 61st Street. Filmed entirely on the south side of Chicago, 61st Street tells the story of a Chicago athlete with a promising future, wrongfully swept into the criminal justice system. Courtney Vance plays public defender Franklin Roberts, and as he contemplates his life's work and retirement, he is forced to reckon with the impact of his work, his marriage, his health, and the injustices within the criminal justice system. The Chicago Defender spoke with the critically acclaimed actor about 61st Street and why Chicago was the perfect location for the drama series. What drew you to 61st Street?
It really was a faith walk because I sat down with the showrunners, with the showrunner and the creator, Peter Moffat, and his second, which is David Shanks, and they in L.A. and they told me about the story and their passion for it, and I saw the first two scripts, read the first two scripts, and based on their passion about it, and based on the fact that it was going to be in Chicago, which I absolutely love, I said I'm in. And I mean, and I said that to them a couple of nights ago. I said I didn't know what really I was getting into because, I knew it was going to be, the character's huge, but I didn't really, get again that I was going to be going back into the courtroom and that, the openings and the closings but it was basically their passion. That was what drew me to it.
Yeah. And, the subject matter and the themes are very intense. Like at one point, even in the first episode, I had to kind of pause and take a minute because it hits so close to home, especially, being in Chicago where we're fresh off of Van Dyke and Laquan McDonald and all of that. What was that like filming 61st Street when you're literally having these moments kind of play out in real life?
In a real sense, we always are dealing with that. In chocolate, there's always something. It's never clean. Mm-hmm. It's never, we're going through that with the Senate the Supreme Court confirmation hearing. It's just, nobody is ever perfect enough for the situation. We always gotta work doubly, triply, quadruply hard, and you would think that it would be a nice, smooth journey, but it's not. It is, these kinds of projects just take work, and for me the hardest part was establishing our company rhythm. How we do things, but with this particular show, from the top with Peter Moffat being in London while he was, we had to figure out how we're going to read these episodes and then get him his notes so he can get us, the adjustments that he's going to make, and then we can then talk about the one or 2 points the lines in the sand in this particular 2 episodes. And then we can come to an agreement and then give the 2 scripts to the director for that particular arc, and then we can start shooting. So it's always about how we're going to do things, and because I was number one on the call sheet, I have a spirit of excellence. So I'm a collaborative person. So I'm like, what works for you? What works for you? What do we need to do? So what compromises do we all need to make in order so that we can get the best piece that we have in the time frame that we've got? So I'm trying, in the midst of being in every episode and in just about every scene. So it was, a really a wonderful opportunity to show myself that I can do this, that I've learned from people, that I've watched and learned when I was down on the depth chart, down 7, 8, 9, 12, 4, now I'm number 1 on the depth chart, and let's roll. Let's do things well. And if it don't go well, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something.
Right.
So I'm proud of what we did, and more importantly, the way in which we did it.
Can you talk a little bit about your character, Franklin Roberts, because he's more than an attorney. There are a lot of different layers to him and things that are going on with him. Can you talk to me about who he is?
He's a man that understands that this was supposed to be his. He's a man that understands the moment. He asked his wife, how have I done? I'm 30 years out. I'm about to retire, being a public defender. What have I really accomplished? Have I accomplished anything? Have I done any good? Have I helped anyone? And she said, baby, come on now. Let it go. You've done as best as you could do under the circumstances. And it's time to let someone else take it. Let's go. And I was ready for that. I'd made peace with it, and was ready to move on, and was getting ready to take care of my baby boy, 16, and take over for my wife, and be a man at the house, and she's out in the world dealing with the politics. And I was ready for that. And all of a sudden, life happened, and it's. The man is so complicated because life is complicated. It's not black and white. It never has been. It's always the shades of gray and taupe and beige and mauve, and it's never bright colors. Yeah. And it's rarely bright colors. It's mostly kind of sunny and kind of cloudy. It depends on how you want to look at it, and we've got to recognize that and work within that. And not get not put all our eggs in baskets and recognize it's going to be a working journey, which doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means that life is work. Life is it's hard a lot of times, and sometimes there is no light. But that's just what this season is, and push through the season. Because you don't know the sun without the rain. Come on, baby.
That's
come on,
right.
baby. Come on, baby. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And if our grandparents could do it, and our great grandparents and our great grandparents can do it with no light, we can do it with some.
Yeah.
Can do it with some. We can do this.
I know you kind of talked, you mentioned it just a little bit earlier, but can you talk about what it was like being in Chicago, filming on the South Side?
I know that shows shoot in Chicago, and I know, wonderful people don't always want to be, on the South Side because it's quote unquote dangerous. But, if you're going to do a show, you better do it. Right. Because the people who live there know where the South Side is and what looks like the South Side. So, the show, if you're going to do the show, and the show is about the South Side, you better hire some people that can tell you how to shoot on the South Side. And what you have to do and how you have to make sure that if you're there, sometimes you got to hire some extra security. It's all good. It don't mean that there's something wrong. It just means that that's what has to happen sometimes on the South Side. Sometimes you just got to talk to people, and it ain't all dangerous. It's a lot of it. It's just that you don't talk to nobody. You try to come into a neighborhood and don't talk to nobody, and just start to roll and operate. And folks don't like that. They don't like you coming in their neighborhood and don't talk to them. It's just like you try to make a right-hand turn, knowing that you're wrong, and that you pull it in front of somebody and don't roll down your window and ask. Sometimes you just got to ask, is it okay if we, we're new in this area. Can you let us know how to roll in here? Oh, baby, it's okay. Come on in here. Hey, y'all, they're coming in. They're going to be here for about how long y'all be? A couple of days. They're going to be here a couple of days. It's going to be good. Y'all going to be good. If you need anything, here's my number.
Yep, that's it.
And that a lot of times is that people, sometimes they don't want to ask us for help. And so they don't get the help because they just simply don't ask for it and humble themselves because this ain't they're your neighborhood. If I came into your neighborhood, I sure would have to ask for some help because you ain't going to do nothing for me. You're going to make it hard for me to do something in your neighborhood because it's your neighborhood. And I got to go through the right channels in order for me to get what I need to have. It's the same in my neighborhood. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, I cannot thank you enough for talking to the Chicago Defender. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of your work and love the show and what you guys have done with it. And it does. It's very authentic. It feels like my neighborhood. It really does.
Because it is.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Vance.
Amen.